If you're a designer, you probably understand the importance of mockups in order to help you bring your vision to life and showcase your designs in the very best light to clients. And I know this since I myself have been a designer for the past 10 years, working with startups all the way to Fortune 500 companies and any company size in between. And I understand that mockups are really useful, but they can also be a pain to work with because a lot of the times you're going to need to hop on site, download the mockup, which is probably a very large file, and then manually change it in Photoshop, create compositions, and basically all of that can require quite a bit of time and digging through the internet to find the perfect mockup. But it doesn't need to be this way. In fact, although this traditional way of approaching mockups is totally fine, and I still use it from time to time, I recently discovered a tool which is really interesting and makes the whole process just way easier, especially in some specific scenarios. And I'm going to show you what this tool is all about, how you can use it for free in order to create your mockups, and essentially how you can leverage this for your very own design workflow. So now, without further ado, let's jump right into my computer. So the tool that I've been talking about is Artboard Studio, and the website is artboard.studio. And as you can see, you can literally create mockups in a very fast and efficient way. And you essentially can change anything within the composition. So it's not like your regular mockups that you find on the internet, where usually you have limited amount of flexibility when it comes to the mockups. But it essentially enables you to change and edit the mockups directly into the software, which is really easy to use. So let's jump right into it. So I'm here inside the app and I'm going to click add new blank project. And this is one of the options, because alternatively you can start with one of these templates, which is useful if you don't want to start from scratch. You have this filtering, so let's say that you only want digital mockups. You already have some compositions which can be useful and less daunting than starting completely from scratch. And let's go back into the previous one, and I'm just going to show you all of the flexibility that this software gives you. So for example, I can go over here, I can select a pack. So this can be, for example, print, and essentially this would be a business card. And as you can see, a lot of the options in this case or with the Pro plan. But I mean, if you use it often, or if you really have a good ROI with the client, like why not? So it really depends on your specific situation, but essentially you can literally like drag and drop these mockups into the composition and literally create your very own composition. On the right, it's almost like using a basic level design software, so you can create all sorts of different like backgrounds, and you can create all those variations which you might want. You have the canvas size, you have any popular sizes that you might want, for example, for social media, and yeah, just some really easy way to kind of like change all of these basic settings. And over here you can see that one of the major strengths is that there is such a huge library, and you can even select from top view or front view. So this is pretty cool. I mean, overall, it just enable you to create all sorts of different mockups in a fast way. Over here you can add the texture backgrounds. So for example, let's go with something like this one, like stone. We're gonna go with marble, and boom, we have the marble background. Of course, we need to bring it down in the layers, and you can create all those cool mockups which almost feel like it was an actual mockup from a photo shoot, but in reality it's just created digitally. So yeah, pretty cool. And overall, the sky is the limit with this tool, guys. I mean, there's so much. Even like a marketplace where you can add, for example, like these elements and abstraction elements on top of the mockups. So yeah, really, that's pretty much sky's the limit. You also have the Unsplash library directly connected, so you can add photos, you can add text in the mockup. So even creating like things like this which are amazing for social media posts. So for example, for creating posts on Instagram or Facebook, LinkedIn and whatnot. There's also the shapes over here, different filters. So you get my point. It's really comprehensive, but again, if you don't want to start a project from scratch, you also have the templates, which in my opinion, these are really useful. Sometimes I don't want to start like something completely from scratch, especially if I need to create a cool looking mockup fast and I have a lot going on. So even starting from something around these lines could be really cool and just save a lot of time. There's also the animation feature, which I haven't really checked out too much, but if you are into animation and you want to animate these mockups, you can also do that. So super cool software. Yeah, just recommend to check it out if you're looking for a better way to create mockups for your very next design project.